Yeah. Now you can drop your USN number. Those who are dropped before also just to drop your USN number once again. Yeah, I will start the lesson now. So last class we have finished with module 4, that completely magnetic forces, and then magnetic material, and then inductance calculation. Okay. Yeah, somebody left after putting message and people are leaving. I can see it here. Those who are leaving.
Sir, sometimes during network issue it will reconnect, sir.
Network issue.
Sir,
Sometimes it will reconnect.
this app is only go and it will only come, sir.
Okay, okay. Yeah, fine. Okay. Now let us start with module 5, which is last module in this electromagnetic field, which is most important, that which we have studied all this electrostatic and then magnetostatic, that combinedly we are going to see into the this model here. So that main thing that is going to depends on the time varying field and Maxwell equations. Okay, this is the main topic which we are going to study that in module 5. Okay, so from this only all the concept which is having in electrostatic electromagnetic field is going to depend on here. Okay, so this is the main chapter which we are going to consider, and this is the first thing which we are going to study. This is time varying fields. With the time varying fields having that start like which is static, both electrostatic and then magnetostatic. Okay, so by considering those things we have to see into the time varying fields here. Then after considering this with respect to the time, let us solve the some of the Maxwell equations formula also from this time varying field equations here. Okay, so till now we have studied that completely concept of electrostatic and then magnetostatic field, and those things like do not change with respect to the time, which we have seen that continuous till now, which it is not going to depends on the time. So which like considering those things like static fields and then having that time invariant fields here. Okay, so those like starting fields and time invariant fields. So those things like completely in static electromagnetic fields, and then some of the like which we are going to study, static fields are produced by stationary electrical charges, that we have seen that already, right? And then similar way, like we have seen that some of the static magnetic fields which are produced due to the some of the motion of electric charges with a uniformly velocity, or some of the like having that magnetic charges. So those like depends on that variable of the magnetic field produced of due to the motion of the charges, or like starting charges. Those things we have seen that. So that completely with the starting fields and time varying fields here. Now in this chapter we are going to deals with completely time varying fields, and which is also call it as dynamic fields. Time varying fields, which is also call it as dynamic fields. So how we are going to consider these things, time varying fields, like both electrostatic and then magnetostatic, that charges and as well as that magnetic field need to be considered here. So this one is like time varying field. Electric field can be produced. This can be produced by the time varying, that is magnetic field. A similar way, if we consider the time varying that electric field, so in that also magnetic field can be produced. Here we'll be having like two options, like two conditions here. Either like having that electric field is like with respect to the time varying, so then magnetic field will be produced. Other way, like stationary magnetic field and then moving that time varying electric charges, in this also like magnetic field will be produced. So in these two concepts, let us solve the some of the equations here, which is having Maxwell equations with respect to the time here. Okay. So now here, before going to those things, main thing, let us start with first that is Faraday's law of a electromagnetic induction, and then let us study about the Lenz law here. So first principle is Faraday's law here. So when we are going to deal with completely electromagnetic induction. So actually, this Faraday's law, it started with he has described in the 1820s. So he has described, he started this one is 1820 years by Professor Hans Christian Oersted. So he has established in the 1820s that Faraday's law, and then after this what he has established actually, this over Christian Oersted, what he has established in 1820. So he has taken that one compass needle. He has taken one compass needle with deflected due to an electric current. So he has taken one compass needle. So with that compass needle deflected due to an electric current. So he has described that after 10 years later, so only that compass needle he has taken with the near to that current, and he has seen that some movement in the compass needle. So after that he left Oersted, and then after 10 years, Faraday's he started. So Michael Faraday, that his name is actually Michael Faraday. Then he started, this one is after 10 years, that he has proved one experiment. He has proved that one experiment, that is main thing depends on according to Faraday's experiment. The static magnetic field cannot produce any of the current flow, as we know this definition. The static current, that is static magnetic field, cannot produce any of the current. That is, we know that actuality. So, but later the time varying field, with respect to the time varying field, that electromotive force induces some of the drive a current in a closed path circuit. Okay, this EMF is nothing but he has taken that as a voltage that is induced of a from changing of the magnetic field or motion of the conductor in a magnetic field. So he has taken that one completely magnetic field or electric current. So when we move with respect to the time, either the closed circuit or magnetic field, if you move with respect to the time, so he has seen that some current is flowing through that circuit or magnetic field will be produced due to the with respect to the time varying field that he has described, that is from the Michael Faraday. So that is main experiment he has done that. So from that only, what is the main thing? Faraday's law statement here. I think this color I will change. Okay. So here Faraday's law statement is saying that the electromotive force induced in a closed path is proportional to rate of change of magnetic flux enclosed by the closed path. Okay. And the statement is saying that Faraday's statement was based on the experiments which is performed by Faraday's, and the experiment are commonly known as Faraday's experiment. And he has also observed that when closed path moves in a magnetic field, that current is generated, and hence that EMF is induced. The same observation he has made in the closed path kept fixed in a magnetic field was varied, and this effect commonly we call it as electromagnetic induction. So this is the one statement from the Faraday's law. So which experiment he has done? Let us go with his experiment which he has taken that. So that experiment is, this is his first experiment he has done that completely, Faraday's experiment. So he has considered this. He started after 10 years. That Faraday he started after 10 years. Before that, Oersted he has described in the 1820. So he has taken one experiment here. So one is he has considered one toroid. He has considered one toroid, that is iron toroid, and then he has taken that completely one magnetic wound, that is completely two separate windings. So two separate windings. So this separated windings and this separated winding. So one separated winding is connected to the battery, and then other separated winding is connected to the galvanometer. So this is galvanometer here. Okay, so he has connected, one side is battery and other side is galvanometer. So once when he has closed with this circuit, so he has observed that this galvanometer started deflecting. Okay, he has observed that the galvanometer started deflecting. That means there is a current flowing through this closed circuit. Once this battery is closed, to this circuit here. Okay, and then similar way he has observed that once disconnected this switch, there is a galvanometer deflected back, that same position here. So when the battery is closed and removed, so that time that galvanometer is deflecting either to the increasing or decreasing. So he has started first experiment of this one, that is Faraday's experiment. Not only this one, he has started with other experiment also. So this experiment is, you can see this is magnet, this is North Pole and this is South Pole. You can see the slide here, picture. This is North Pole and this is South Pole. So in between there is a like flux. There is a like flux completely from north to south. It will always, that flux is passes from north to south. So he has taken one conductor, that is one wire, and he started moving in between this. So that time there is a deflection completely in a flux here, and then current start moving completely into this conductor. Okay, so this experiment also he has observed. That means it is moving loop in a static B field, that is static magnetic field intensity. You can see it, this video also I'll play here. You can see this video. You can see it here, how this magnet field is like fluxes is going to change. With changing of the flux, you can see that there is a current flowing through this conductor. This is a stationary magnetic field and moving this one loop or closed path or one conductor. This is nothing but this action is in a generator actually. This is happen. This action is going to perform in a generator, that is mechanically rotation. This base is mechanical rotation. So this relative motion is in a magnet field, and that conductor is accomplished by mechanical rotation. So this action is going to happen in the completely in a generator or motion any of the object. Okay, so by having this concept, let us take that what is the mathematical equations, that is having completely Maxwell equations, that is with respect to the time varying field. So before going to discuss this, let us see that mathematical expression that completely from the Faraday's law, that is induced magnet, how that EMF it is going to generate. Okay, so Faraday's law, now he's saying that with a mathematical expression form. So that EMF is induced, that electromotive force is induced, that is minus N. N is nothing but here number of turns which we are going to take that closed path here or any wire, and d phi by dt, that is rate of change of the flux with respect to the time. Okay, so that is nothing but Faraday's law is a statement here. EMF is equal to minus N into d phi by dt. Now if we consider that N equal to 1, that is the number of turns is equal to 1. Then EMF is going to produce minus d phi by dt. So here this minus indicates is what? This minus indicates is nothing but as a Lenz law. This Lenz law is saying that the direction of induced EMF is such that it is opposes the cause of producing it, and that is change in the magnetic flux. So this is the main Lenz law, depends the negative sign here. So the same thing while considering the closed path with n turns, that Faraday's law can be calculated that EMF induced equal to minus n into d phi by dt. So with the same principle here, we can calculate what is the here EMF induced. The negative sign indicates the EMF induced so that it produces current, which will oppose the cause producing it by producing the magnetic field, which is opposing the original field. Okay, so this is the minus indicating that is EMF is going to generate it. Now let us take that as from the Faraday's law, that same principle. With that same Faraday's law principle here, now let us take one EMF induced that is in scalar quantity, which is measured in volt. Thus the induced EMF is given by. So EMF is going to take the equation that closed loop integral E bar dot dl, which is we have taken the closed loop circuit E bar dot dl. Now that magnetic flux passing through the that specified area is given by. So which is, you have seen this video, which is magnetic flux is passes through the this closed loop. Either you can consider the closed loop or straight conductor also. So which is that magnetic flux is passes through the closed loop. That is flux is given here. That is flux is equal to total that area, which is that area is crossing that surface integral b bar dot ds. Now using these two equations, we can write it using this equation, that is EMF for considering n is equal to 1 ton. So if you consider minus n d pi by dt. Now EMF equation, you can write it in the terms of the magnetic field, which is minus d by dt. So phi is nothing but surface integral b bar dot ds. So you can substitute here that EMF is equal to minus d by dt of surface integral b bar dot ds. You can substitute here phi. Phi is nothing but surface integral b bar dot ds. Okay. So after this is generated EMF. Now you can write completely induced EMF in a closed path, which is EMF is equal to closed line E bar dot dl is equal to minus d by dt, then surface integral b bar dot ds. Now here is main thing which that flux is going to change. That variation of the flux with respect to the time here, with respect to the time t. Now with this condition, this above condition, will be having like a three types here. So those first one is by having stationary closed path. Please understand it here. This one is main concept. So here by having stationary closed path. So closed path which we are considering closed circuit. Okay, in a time varying B field. So here is stationary closed path here. So which is constant. Now B field is with respect to the time varying here. That is magnetic field is going to vary with respect to time. So what will be our equations? Similar way, now second one is by having time varying closed path in a static B field. Now here is static B field is stationary. That is magnetic field is stationary. Now with respect to the time, we are varying the closed path. So what will be the mathematical expression form here? Now similar way, now considering third condition is by both with having the time varying closed path in a time varying that magnetic field. Both what will happen? That is Maxwell equation here. So first one is you can see in the transformer action. So with this one, first one A, this action you can see it in the transformer action. The transformer action is nothing but we'll design that completed transformer with a stationary closed path, and we'll see that time varying that B field. So here magnet field is going to change with respect to the time. So that time the transformer will have that completely, this action will generate here. Second one is in generator action. So here is magnet field is stationary, and then we are going to change with respect to the time, that is closed path or like a conductor. Closed path is nothing but like a conductor or a wire. You can imagine it, any one thing. This is happening in this is going to happen in the generator action. And third one is completely time varying closed path or time varying B field, both with respect to the time. That completely total is generator action and as well as transformer action. Both is going to generate it here. So what will be the EMF is going to generate it? First condition, second condition, and then third condition. Let us see it here. So let us take first condition here. So first condition we have seen that, which is stationary closed path and then time varying that magnetic field. So which is going to induce that EMF. So now you are completely having that magnet field is going to changing with respect to time. Then that time your EMF is going to generated here. Okay, so that EMF is going to generate it. So which we have seen that already, that equation with both with respect to the EMF generated, this is equation just now we have seen. So closed line integral E bar dot dl is equal to the minus d by dt surface integral B bar dot ds. Now with respect to this one now, which is varying of the magnetic field with respect to the time and stationary closed path. So now closed surface integral E bar dot dl is equal to surface integral. So now we are changing this this magnet field is changing with respect to the time. So which d by dt, if you take inside this integration, it will become the partial differentiation. Okay, so that because this we are changing, because the magnet field is changing with respect to time. So now similar way we need to change this one is d by dt with integral here. So that is dou by dou t of magnet field dot ds. So this is going to have that in transformer action, which I already told here. So this we are seeing that with the mathematical expression. Now using the Stokes theorem. Okay, so we know the Stokes theorem what will be, that is closed line integral E bar dot dl is equal to surface integral del cross E bar dot ds. From this Stokes theorem, you can compare with this equation. So now Stokes theorem, which is closed line integral, is equal to the surface integral, which is equated now here, which is surface integral del cross E bar is dot ds equal to minus, which is surface integral of dou b bar by dou t dot ds. Now both sides completely having that surface integral. So you can cancel out with both the surface integral, and then further you can see that equation here, that is del cross E bar dot ds, which also equal to the minus dou b bar by dou t dot ds. Now this surface area, which we are considering that area also is constant due to that magnetic field. So you can cancel out this both area. Now del cross E bar is equal to minus dou b bar by dou t. So this equation is one of the Maxwell equation. Okay, with respect to the time varying field. So this equation is very, very important. The del cross E bar is equal to minus dou b bar by dou t. So in if you see the previous year question paper, they are asking this derivation, the starting with the stationary closed path in a time varying B field, that is statically induced EMF. So due to this one, EMF is going to generate. So del cross E bar is equal to minus dou B bar by dou t. So this del cross E bar, that is stationary closed path, equal to, will give that with the rate of change of that magnetic field. That is completely of your Maxwell equation. Now, if that B bar is not varying with the time, what will happen? Okay, so if B bar is not going to vary with the time, that means it is static. So that time what will happen? So your electric field D bar DL also equal to 0. That means there is no current flowing through the closed circuit. So that completely that your current also is zero. Now your del cross E bar is completely, it will gives that zero here. So with stationary closed path and stationary magnetic field. So there is no current flowing through that closed path, and as well as there is no magnetic field into the that circuit completely. So this both will use that zero here. So this is the A first condition. Okay, this is the first condition. So you can see it here. So that same example only. So here experiment have done it. One circuit I am going to see it here. So this is our closed circuit. This is coil or loop. So this is our closed circuit, one experiment. And in between this circuit, I have connected one galvanometer. Okay. Now this is our magnet. This is our magnet. So this one is magnet movement now. So now this is north pole and south pole. There is a magnet like a flux will passes from north to south pole completely. Now if you move this magnet to the near to the this coil, so that time you can see that there is a deflection in the galvanometer. And if you move, this one is constant. So the galvanometer deflecting also will stop it. Now, if you move this magnet away from this loop, you can see that this galvanometer will start deflecting in other direction. In other direction. Suppose if you move this magnet near to the this coil, so you can see that this galvanometer will deflect in the right side. In the right side. Now, if you move this magnet away from this coil, so that time this galvanometer deflect in the left side. Okay. So this one is the Faraday's experiment. That is a stationary closed loop and with moving of this magnet. Okay, I think you are clear this concept with the practical here. With the same expression only, we have seen that what is the mathematical expression form here. Okay, with del cross E bar is equal to minus dou V bar by dou T. So if you keep this one is at constant, there is no magnet field, there is no electric, there is no movement of the galvanometer at all, the deflecting. It will show the null position. So this is the first condition. Now similar way, now let us take the second condition. Now second condition is what? Second condition is now moving closed path in a static B field. That means now we are keeping this magnet is constant. Now taking the movement closed path here. So this is completely closed path which we are moving in a magnet field. This circuit is showing here. Okay. So this one is completely that charges moving, the closed path movement here with some velocity. So you can see this some theory part, which is when closed path or circuit moving in a static B field and EMF is induced in a closed path. This is called dynamically induced EMF. Okay, this is called dynamically induced EMF. If the field is stationary, okay, when the closed path is moved to get relative motion between them, this is a similar to the in generator action. This is also called as motional EMF or generator EMF. That is going to happen here. Now let us see the what is the mathematical expression from this. What is mathematical equations? Which is force is having for this movement of the closed path. So which a charge moving that, the charge is moving with this magnet field is going to create it with some velocity of the charge here. So that magnet, that force on that charge completely, which is equal to the charge into that velocity of the charge cross, and then magnet field is going to produce. Okay. Now you can take that motional electric field intensity is what? So motional electric field intensity EM is equal to force per unit charge, which is velocity of the charge cross magnet field intensity. Now what will be that completely magnet EMF is going to induce. So that EMF is going to induce the closed EM bar dot DL. So which is for this closed path with movement. So that you can substitute here EM, which is nothing but velocity V cross B bar. So V cross B bar dot DL here. So this one is completely that movement of the that magnet movement of the closed path in a static B field. So this is also like total EMF induced in a conductor. which are like uniformly constant magnet field. If it is having that uniform, so it will create that constant magnet field. Now, if the direction of the velocity and then magnet field mutually perpendicular to each other, if both are perpendicular to each other, then that time you are completely having that EMF is equal to BLV sine 90 degree, which is BLV. P is nothing but magnet field, and then L is nothing but the state of the conductor, and V is that velocity of the charge. Okay, so this is the EMF induced completely in a having that moving closed path in a static B field. So similar way I have seen that before only, this stationary magnet field and that moving of the conductor with this inducing EMF. So already we have seen this video once again for this conduction. Okay, so this action is in generator action. This is going to happen in the generator action. Okay, so this is the first condition is, and then second condition. First condition transformer action, then second condition is generator action. Okay, now with both the things, if you take it, that moving closed path with respect to the time varying B field, moving closed path with the time varying B field. Now total induced EMF is what? Okay, so both the transformer action and then generator action are motional EMF generated here. So both you can write that equation, closed line integral E bar dot dl is equal to minus dou B bar by dou T dot ds plus closed line integral that is velocity cross B bar dot dl. So this one is the completely equation of Faraday's law with both induced EMF, the total induced EMF which is having both transformer action and then generator action. Okay, so like you have seen that in motor and generator, all these things is going to happen, this Faraday's law and then Lenz law. So this is the today's one concept of Faraday's and Lenz law here. Okay, so anybody is having doubt, I'll stop with this today topic. Okay, I think this is clear, right?